The truth occurs. The truth occurs.
Hi everyone, Truth or Girl Sonia here, and I'm with Arron the Barbarian.
Hi.
So I have him here because I wanted to break some news and I wanted to tell him at the same time. Okay, so Arron, you remember when I did this video, Obama boycotts his birther trial.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know that the reason I did that was that they had a court hearing in Georgia, but no Obama in court, no birther ruling. His lawyers said that it was so ridiculous that there was no point wasting the president's time making him go to court, so he just didn't show up. You know about this, right?
Yeah, I know that presidents are above the law, yeah.
Yeah, basically that's what it boils down to. And you know that there have been quite a few states where they've been questioning his eligibility for the ballot.
Yeah, I know about that.
Obama eligibility challenges spread to 6 states. They now include, besides Georgia, also Alabama, Tennessee, Arizona, New Hampshire, and even Illinois, Obama's home political base. And you know that this guy, Jonathan Kay, wrote a book called Among the Truthers. You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said that he just doesn't get it, why all these intelligent, educated people believe in conspiracy theories. And one of the things that came up was Obama's birth certificate. Criminal complaint charges Obama birth record forged. Okay, but up till now, everybody's just saying, yeah, well, okay, whatever. You guys are crazy. You're just a bunch of birthers. And then this came out the other day. Obama officially ineligible.
They ruled that for his next election?
All right, here's what happened. It says, lawyers representing the current sitting president of the United States of America have been forced, under penalty of perjury, to admit that the long-form birth certificate presented by the White House in April of 2011 is a total forgery. They admitted it in court. But this was in New Jersey to determine if he was eligible for the ballot. But get this, here's the excuse they give for why he should still run, even though they admit the birth certificate's a forgery.
Really? Oh my God.
Yeah, they say, okay, according to this article, it says his attorneys literally made the argument during a hearing on April 10th that because the document was so obviously faked and could not possibly be considered proof of citizenship, the document itself should not be allowed as evidence in the case.
It only takes Orwell, I guess.
Is that crazy or what?
That's insane.
So they basically say that it's such an obvious fake that no one should have ever fallen for it, and so shouldn't even be able to admit it in court as a document because it's a fake. But I've heard this argument before. Coca-Cola used the same argument when they got sued for marketing vitamin water as something that was healthy to drink. Their defense was Coca-Cola made the claim that no consumer could reasonably be misled into thinking vitamin water was a healthy beverage. Like, as in, if you believed us, you're an idiot, and that's not our problem. And this wasn't the only time this was used. Federal judge dismisses Similac lawsuit. Bug-contaminated baby formula assumed wholesome and nutritious. Well, when Similac was getting sued for selling formula that had bug parts in it and saying it was wholesome and nutritious, well, they used the argument that that was all they'd ever said it was. They said it was wholesome and nutritious. They never said it was safe.
It's unbelievable.
It's so crazy, isn't it? Yeah, and now it looks like this is the same kind of argument that's going to be used. And the other thing is that his lawyer, Alexander Hill, says that even if his birth certificate is forged, that only prevents him from holding the office of the president. It doesn't prevent him from running on the New Jersey ballot.
Huh?
Yeah, because it's like the law doesn't say that you have to prove that you're eligible to hold office to run on the ballot. Like anybody could anybody could run. Actually, I know someone, John Kazumi, who ran for a ballot in New York when he was far too young to hold office. I think he was only 18. He was the youngest person ever to run as a presidential candidate. So he was allowed to run even though he wouldn't be eligible to hold office. So that doesn't solve the problem though, because people would vote for him, and then because the government is totally corrupt and the electoral college is like corrupt and a total farce, then they would put him in office anyway, because that's what they did last time. Although I don't think he's going to win. And here's why, partly. You may have seen this. Obama caught on hot mic admitting election fraud by TPTB. That's the powers that be. He's saying that they want it to be Mitt Romney, and that they wanted to get Ron Paul out of the race, and that's why we all know what happened in New Hampshire. And so that they got him out with like electoral fraud. And so it's supposed to be Obama getting caught on a mic saying this stuff. Of course, it could be a fake. But I think it's possible that it's real. I mean, look how totally insane the whole situation is.
I know politics is just absolutely insane.
They don't have democracy. They don't even have a real election. I mean, like, what a fraud.
They're total criminals.
Totally. And this reminds me of a quote by Joseph Goebbels. If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. The lie can be maintained only for such time as the state can shield the people from the political, economic, and/or military consequences of the lie. It thus becomes vitally important for the state to use all of its powers to repress dissent. For the truth is the mortal enemy of the lie. And thus, by extension, the truth is the greatest enemy of the state.
Yeah, that's also a plank of communism, too. That's their favorite.
Yeah, well, any kind of tyrannical government, but isn't that the truth? The truth is the greatest enemy of the state. Yeah, when it's all based on lies. They would do something like that. Tell a lie big enough. I mean, it worked for the Nazis. It worked for the communists.
It works for America.
It works, unfortunately.
And Canada.
And I'm not totally sure if this is all real. Like, I've seen this in a couple places. Either maybe it's not real. I don't know. Forget it. I've lost hope. I was going to say I'm holding out hope, but no, I've lost hope. It probably is real, and it's probably just a media blackout. And I don't think Obama will win. Obama himself said it's going to be Mitt Romney, so it's a done deal. If anybody's like into gambling, you can place bets on who's going to win the election, because you already know who it's going to be. It's going to be Mitt Romney. So maybe like at least you can make some money. I don't know.
Yeah, with a name like that, I'm not surprised. Mitt Romney.
It's probably Saturn worship.
Well, it's definitely Rome consolidating their ownership over America.
And we'll leave you with that, and let me know what you think. Do you think this is real? I mean, I know Obama's not, he's not, I'm sure his birth certificate is fake, but do you think that this is real? Did his lawyers really admit this? This is huge. Like, how come it's not all over the news? Oh, media blackout. Well, let me know what you think, and what do you think of that election hot mic tape? And thanks for watching us, and we'll see you next time.